What is going on, people? I'm here for a review today. A review today. If I could talk, that would be great. I'm here for a review, and you're questioning what movie am I going to review? Well, I'll give you a hint. I got it yesterday. If you saw my update, you saw this movie. Came out yesterday. New movie Tuesday. And I'm reviewing this because it's not that I didn't expect to like this movie. I guess you could say I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. It sounds bad, but I really don't mean it that bad. I liked it a lot more than I was planning on liking it. I guess you would call it. Sounds weird, but what movie is that? That's See No Evil 2 with Kane as a killer, Jacob Goodnight, directed by the Soska sisters, starring two of the, horror genres like Scarlets that usually they're big names in movies by themselves. This time they're in a movie together, which makes it really cool. Danielle Harris and Katharine Isabelle, and a whole cast of other characters that, I really personally haven't heard of before, but actually put on a really good show, I guess you would want to call it. But that's See No Evil 2 with Kane. If you haven't seen the first one, pretty much the premise of that one is Kane from WWE, Glenn Jacobs, plays a killer, Jacob Goodnight. And pretty much as he was growing up, his mom was a little Jesus nut freak and everything, and said people who were evil deserve to die and such. And him being a little kid, she kept him in a cage and did all crazy stuff to him. And he eventually grows to this gigantic being and starts killing people that are evil or he thinks are evil. And a group of people end up going to a house or something in the first one, and he ends up killing all these people. Fast forward to this, and usually, in horror movies, when you think the killer is dead, if there's a sequel, it's not really dead. So anyway, like I said, first of all, directed by the Soska sisters, who I've, come to actually enjoy watching the movies that they make. I watched American Mary, which did a review on, which I liked a lot. This one I have watched too. There's another one out there that Dead Hooker in a Trunk, I think it's called, which I have not seen. I heard good things about it, so eventually I will go around to see it. But I think they also did something on ABC's of Death Part 2, which is like a compilation of different directors who go through every letter of the alphabet and they, find a way to kill someone using that letter, such. But again, they're directed by the Soska sisters, who definitely are up and coming horror directors that, I think are going to be big sooner or later, like up there. But in this one, again, it stars Danielle Harris. It's got Katharine Isabelle in it. Who else? I got Chelan Simmons, who is a friend of theirs. Kaj-Erik Eriksen, Greyston Holt, and Lee Majdoub, which I'm horrible in names, so I wouldn't be able to pronounce it anyway. But that cast of characters, and there is Michael Eklund in it too. But again, besides the two other people, the two Danielle Harris and Katharine Isabelle and Kane, I really didn't hear about the other people. But again, they put on a really good show. They up and coming actors too, which I think I usually have a good inkling for this, and I think they'll be in other movies and such soon. But pretty much what happens is they throw a party for Danielle Harris in, I want to call it like a hospital or a morgue or like a medical school kind of deal. And it's a bunch of her peers and friends. Her brother's there, the guy that she likes, and the director of this whole building is there as well. And just so happens that this place, Kane, aka Jacob Goodnight, the killer, ends up dead in the first one, and his body ends up into this medical center. And at one point, to start off the whole movie, to start the killings and such. Catherine Elizabeth and her boyfriend uh, end up going into the Isabelle, Catherine Isabelle. I don't know why I said Elizabeth, but they end up going into the basement where they keep this Jacob Goodnight. He's dead and everything. So they go and they're messing with the corpse. She ends up pretty much dry humping this guy, and the boyfriend is kind of weirded out by it. So eventually he gets her off of it, and they do their own little thing. They do the nasty and everything. And as they're doing it, she keeps on looking, and then eventually she looks again, and the body is now gone. The lights go out, and then all hell breaks loose. And what I like about this movie is they said it best. I was watching on this Blu-ray. They have good special features. I'm a big stickler with special features, and I think Danielle Harris had a part where she said it best, where having, I guess, I don't, I think she said something about having women as directors brings a whole different aspect of having a man do it or something. But because usually nowadays, whenever you see horror movies, the way they people get killed is more gory and gruesome and everything. The way that the people in this movie get killed are, they're more, artistic, if you want to call it that. There's a couple scenes where at one point one of the girls dies, and as she's dying, it's going in slow motion and has a song that goes with it and everything. It's just totally different than your typical average, just let me cut your head off and it's over. A lot of these were different. At one point, one of the guys is paralyzed, and at one point, there's a hook used. I don't want to give it away, but that was pretty cool. He doesn't realize. But overall, I mean, the death scenes were pretty interesting. Have I seen some of them? Yes, but there are other ones where are brand new, and like I said, they're different. They just have a different vibe. When they're getting killed, it's more surreal or meticulous, or it actually makes it crazy. It might not be as gory as some where people are getting ripped in half, but the way it is in slow motion and just like you feel it more, I guess, doing it the way that they did it. I enjoyed this one. Like I said, it's definitely got interesting kills. The plot line to it is pretty cool. Will there be another one? You have to watch and find out. But I'd say overall, definitely a must watch. Again, I'm beginning to like the Soska sisters on Twitter. They have a whole Twisted Sister. That's their name on there. It's cool. Twisted Sisters. It's really cool. But like I said, American Mary, if you haven't checked that one out, definitely check that one out because it's really good. This one is up there too. I have not, again, I think it's Dead Hooker in a Trunk. Have not seen it, don't own it. So eventually I will pick it up and I will do a review for you guys. But I'd say go out there, definitely pick this one up. Especially if you're a horror fan, if you enjoy watching it, stuff like this one is definitely one to watch. I was definitely pleased by it. Like I said, nothing again. I knew I was gonna like it. That's why I bought it. I liked the first one, but it just added an extra. It exceeded my expectations, I guess you want to call it. Definitely cool ways of kills and just the whole aspect of the movie. And like I said, the special features on this are really cool, and you see how much of like on set they all liked each other. It was almost like another family kind of deal. Sometimes you see that, but this you can definitely see that they enjoyed themselves and they wanted to do more. And a lot of the people said they would definitely work with them again, the directors, Soska sisters. But yeah, if you have a chance and you like horror movies, definitely go out, pick up See No Evil 2, and yeah. Sooner or later, I'm going to start doing more reviews if you want to see me do it. If you enjoy my aspect on movies, let me know. But until the next time, I will see you